Hey everyone, this is Southern Fried Chat again with I Love You Aeon. They have created an amazing website called SPX6900.earth. It's a way to identify where Aeons live generally. You can be added as well by reaching out to them on X. So, when did you start this project?
Funny thing actually, so I love you, Aeon. That's awesome, but actually, this is my original name. So I'm Ilya, and so that was really, really funny when I figure out what does it mean actually in community.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
And yeah, we'll be actually also kind of probably maybe touching kind of some
Yeah,
science, kind of when like you moving through life and maybe some science uh, that kind of you're meeting, because I had quite a lot of different science actually showing this kind of direction to SPX, and I did a couple of posts before about that. Yeah, but anyway. About this project, you asked, right?
yes.
Yes. So if you remember, uh, um, I actually don't remember when you joined exactly SPX, but anyway, so in like January or February, so I'm kind of started actually thinking how we can kind of combine together many aeons,
Yeah.
and I think about that time kind of how just had a couple of different ideas, and I also shared them and kind of asking other aunts, so our friends, what they were thinking. And I think like, yeah, first time I asked, they weren't like, it wasn't, I guess, very popular
Right.
idea, maybe because of like OPSEC reasons and so on,
Yeah.
right? But again, also for OPSEC reason, yeah, I think it's very safe, and basically we can just share, as I always mention, any location we want. So it can be your current location and very approximate. It can be kind of your previous location, maybe where you're born, or maybe the place where you kind of you're dreaming to live in future. It doesn't really matter much. I think it's kind of also kind of showing our like part of us, like who we are, or what we represent, or like some ideas, culture, and so on. And so also in that time, so I thought that there are other ways to kind of to combine aeons together, right? And then I just want to actually, I have it here. So I did this one. So that
Yeah.
became quite popular, I guess, right?
Yes.
And there are many different kind of variations with kind of this compelling stuff. But yeah, I just basically decided like kind of to search all aeons with our science in on X, and kind of did a lot of screenshots and just combined
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that's so did you manually do the screenshots and put them all together? Wow, yeah, that's painstaking. That's what Aeon Reborn, who created the Mosaic, was inspired by that. When they
Mm,
created that, they said, "Yeah, I saw that. It was amazing." That's what gave him the idea to you can add to it. So
yeah.
yeah,
And this is actually something also kind of very important and unique about Cognizere and SPX, and actually any kind of larger collaboration project, right? So then when you start in something and you even don't know if it will be successful or not, right? And so it's great if it's successful, but even if it's not successful idea for some reasons, with very high chance, if you put your soul there, with very high chance it will inspire other people kind of to continue these ideas, and kind of to grow this in like something larger, right? And yeah, I think this is kind of super important about us, and how Cognizere like develops and grows over time, and also many generations of aeons, right? So there are kind of kind of older OGs, and kind of who were like in early days, and like the
yeah,
foundation, were like huge foundation of XPX, and probably the largest reason of its success, this kind of very strong foundation, right? So some of them kind of become like not very active, or like And kind of so other AIMs, new AIMs coming, and they kind of become like first on stage, and that's fine. And I think for them it's also fine, and probably I think they're very proud of how it's growing, how it's moving, and all the new people that coming to community.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this was so this idea was well, so what I realized, what I kind of accomplished great at that time. And yeah, I was really glad, happy that it was quite popular, and people used it. So kind of appreciation aspect certainly very important for staff, especially when kind of we're working hard and like putting our like time soul into this, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
and actually my maybe another kind of little point piece here. So when I kind of scrolling or going through X and reading stuff, I actually trying to and repost as much as possible. So whenever I like stuff, don't like stuff much, if it's the correct culture, so Cognizere culture, because I'm talking about like smaller accounts, right? Who just starting now, so starting to create something. So we actually should try to appreciate and support like as
Exactly.
much as possible. When they see this, they will continue and improve further. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I 100% agree. I think that's so important to recognize things that are cool and interesting and keep that good feedback loop going. And yeah, I have a appreciation for the founding OGs in the space as well. I think their core principles is still passed on today, and even though some may be not as active as they were, still definitely appreciate them. So it's
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah,
you could.
we even probably don't don't realize the scope yet, the whole scope of what they started, because
Yeah.
so SPX Cognizere is quite unique. So it's both kind of in very mature state, I think already in terms of the idea, the kind of thought quality, philosophy, ethics, and in the same way, it is on its very early stage, and so there are many kind of further generations of like people, investors, aeons, who will be coming and like further exploring, developing new ideas, and so on and so on. And I'm totally agree with Murat and many other guys, so that it's very likely with very high probability multi-cycle coin, and actually much more than the coin already,
Yeah.
right? And so it's kind of yeah, again, tokenized movement community, how we call this, right? Or how Murat maybe start call this, or other guys. But the kind of tokenization is just one of important feature, but
Right.
slowly now it's much more than this.
Yeah, and I think I when done correctly, the coin is it's obviously a financial instrument which people can make money and make wealth from, but it's also an incentive machine to
Hmm.
keep you wanting to create more and more content.
Hmm.
So if you have more and more, and the social aspect that we have, that culture of just appreciation, goes a long way. I think that's something that's lacking in other communities.
Yes.
I think so. I think that was a critique I remember reading from Hype at one point. That I remember he was having, I think, I don't know, some thoughts about it. He said we have toxic positivity. I think is what he called it. And
Hmm.
I guess what he was saying is sometimes we praise everything without discernment, and that's probably true to some degree, especially sometimes. But I feel like there's still quite a bit of discernment going on. Like I don't just like anything simply because it's SPX. If it's got to be quality. So,
Yes.
but I think that is I think that's actually a good thing. It's much better to be positive than negative.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, and that's actually what we probably, yeah, I'm sure you know about this kind of dealing, the stuff we're dealing the last days with, kind of some culture issues, and kind of people fighting for some ideal or ideas, or how what the tech. So now we have the questions rising. What is actually what does it mean to be an Aeon or SPX
Yes.
investor, right? And so can you shield other projects or
Yeah.
coins together this or not? And I just posted this morning so that there are basically two terms. So an Aeon and a second term is kind of active bull posting SPX investor, and we don't kind of should try not to mix them up
Yeah.
because there would be different like anticipation for each of kind of this term, right? And yeah, because I'm Maxi myself, SPX Maxi, and it wasn't like just one time thing, right? So my allocation was kind of increasing, and then kind of my time I spending in spec stuff, community, and bull posting, everything also was increasing, right? And but yeah, it's I'm quite Maxic for quite a long time already. I, I mean, a long time, more than 6 7 months.
Wow. Awesome.
And yeah, so SPX allocation like around so recently, so it was before maybe 60 70%, but now with even well very small DCA culture, like one speaks per day or something, really tiny DCA culture, and but certainly more because of growth of
Yeah.
SPX, it's now like around 80% or
Nice.
so just raised from like
Oh yeah, my allocation keeps growing too compared to everything else.
yeah.
So yeah, that is a question I had. What does XPX 6900 maximalism mean to you? What is that by definition to you?
Because yeah, I mean, if you look at many other memes, right? So let's try to compare aspects to memes, though it's not a meme already a long time ago, and we already understand this completely. But kind of if it's kind of in broader term,
Sure.
like in memes category, so most of them, majority of them, maybe 80 90% of them, uh, really very kind of superficial things, right? And kind of animals or whatever, like some dumb stuff. And you cannot actually, I mean, you any any kind of deeper person wouldn't be able to make those memes their identity, right? Because yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just impossible. But but if you are talking about kind of some already movements, and especially the leader there. So maybe there are already a couple of other movements like Giga, Apu, love all of them certainly, and also
Yes.
holding investing. So you're right. So and so the community is kind of so rich, right? And so there are so many interesting people, talents there who constantly like creating something and sharing their ideas, philosophy, everything, right? And where especially and then kind of the second step when you're starting to diving like into this rabbit hole and also kind of creating stuff, right? So it's became just aligning with your identity, kind of soul, mind, so much, right? And so
Yeah.
this is probably already the start of this process when you actually becoming such like start to realize becoming the maxi of this coin of this movement. But if we look just objectively at maxis, so they would just spend almost like or more than 80 90% of their time. So maybe in X the timeline and posts, it will be related to aspects, right?
Right.
So if you look at in my time, and it's actually already my third account
It's your
because
third. Oh man, I knew it was your second.
no, no, the first one it was actually my mistake. It was my older account, and I fortunately didn't have access to don't have access So I didn't have a password to that, and I didn't have access to my older like phone number. So I
Uh,
just could, and but I could use it, and I grow it like maybe to 1K followers or more. But then so I logged out for some reason. Yex logged out me, and I just couldn't log in there anymore. They didn't want like because I certainly could provide them like my
gotcha. Yeah.
personal data, everything, but yeah, they didn't help to me. So then I started like developing my second account,
Yeah.
grow it almost to 2K followers, and they, as you know, but
Boom.
they
Yeah.
suspended me the day before Space. So certainly Space is a much larger account, but yeah, still, yeah, but all right, gotta
Do you
persist
have
for
any idea why they did that, or do you no
no.
idea?
So the funny thing is that it was the day after. You remember that Elon thing, Elon days. So
Yeah.
when we were actively like kind of bull posting, like under his one of his like comments or something.
That was a fun one. Yeah.
Yeah, and I left a couple of comments there, but it wasn't, yeah, it was just kind of regular or bull posting stuff, like without any offense, something. I don't know. But
Yeah.
it was is like the day after after that. Maybe that was the reason. I mean, I appealed. I'm still waiting. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. That's I heard X is so if you get banned or anything, it's like so hard to argue with them. There's just like no customer support or anything.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, stinks. Uh, so yeah, I was gonna ask you about that, but that's uh, I'm glad you got your new account and it's growing. But that does lead me to another question. So you had another account before. I don't think I was aware of that one, or if I was, I forgot. Was that an Aeon account too? Did you were you
Okay.
already
Exactly the same. Yeah, I make it like identical bio. What I have like PFP
your
everything.
first account? Your first account was like that.
First also I think so. Yeah, all of them were yeah
Oh, okay, okay. So
with the
yeah,
same PFP with the same funny stuff about PFP. So I didn't have like maybe early this maybe January or February. I had I think my just my photo there before, but then I decided that I need like an ANPFP, but I didn't have one. I didn't buy
yeah.
actually an kind of AN project AFP, and I just asked other ANs like if there are some other options, how could I get? And so our one of our larger ANs, which is Joe Grower, I think so he
Joe Growth.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Joe,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, because he, yeah, I think he just creating lots of them was before like creating. He just told me like you can just go to my timeline and choose any you want and to
Nice.
borrow. And then so I just was scrolling, and then I see like this girl, and if you see, it has so I love you, Ian, right? And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's just my name. So Ilya, Ian, and all right, that's probably destiny, I guess.
Oh, is that? I'm sorry, I missed that. That's your name, Illy? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
saying?
yeah. That's my name.
Oh, okay, I
No,
missed
no,
that. I don't think I understood it originally. Oh
yeah, no,
wow,
no,
that
yeah,
is
that's my
so hilarious. Yeah, I thought I assumed your name was I love you, Aeon.
yeah,
Now that is
yeah,
Destiny. That's cool.
yeah,
I get
yeah,
it. I get it now. Okay, cool,
yeah.
Illy. Gotcha. That's easy. Okay. Yeah, I remember it was I love you, Aeon, and then okay, cool, got it. Now it's registering.
Mm.
So, um, were you surprised to go back a bit to the Earth project? There were a
Mm.
couple other questions I had about that. Were you surprised at how many individuals reached out to you to that wanted to put their PFP in?
Uh, I think yes and no, but uh, I actually when I just started this, so I just really like this idea so much. I certainly kind of understood that there would be many people who wouldn't want for some reason to have them kind of there pinned there, but also I think just many kind of didn't kind of understand correctly the concept that we don't care much about its exact location, right?
Yep.
And so on. Uh, yeah, I mean, when I just started, I already kind of from the very first days, I started to get a lot of great response and kind of appreciation, especially from small accounts. And I think it's important for them to be also to be
Yeah.
included together, like in the same in the same space on the same globe, right? So they're and it's also kind of everything about our culture and all about these kind of horizontal connections,
Yeah.
and that we don't have kind of this kind of like strong like
Yeah,
hierarchy
yeah, yeah, yeah.
structure, right?
Yeah. I think that was. I feel like it was more hierarchical in a sense
Hmm.
previously. I feel
Hmm.
like that's broken down a lot over
Hmm.
this year, more
Yeah,
so than last year. Have you noticed
like
that?
yes, probably, yeah, yeah. But because why? One of the main reasons, probably, I don't remember if which is guys discussed that before, but I think one of the main reasons was that they kind of wanted to make sure that the culture they built and they kind of wanted now what they planned, how this would be developing, so the ethics culture it would be kind of going like in the same direction, right? And so when especially kind of in earlier days and when you and when you don't have a critical mass yet, right?
Yeah.
And so there would be a lot of a lot of a lot of people who just jumped in and trying to make quick buck,
Oh
right?
yeah, a
And
lot of
it's
that. Yeah.
dumping, and then they yeah there will be like bullshitting on you or something like this, right? And so you kind of need to control this. But yeah, I guess then that as I think we're certainly already reached critical mass, and so they ensured that it's kind of going in its direction as it's supposed to be, and that the new generations of Aeons, the new leaders, they get their idea philosophy completely and kind of exploring, developing it further, but the core ideas they are kind of preserved, right? And
Right.
so kind of in this situation, you likely already kind of need less control. Basically you cannot control this already because it's so huge, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I remember when the main account got shut down, I was like,
Mm.
I was like, dang, I was
Yeah.
upset about it. But now I think it's actually been great. I think it's a good
Mm.
thing. So
Yeah.
I think it's made us way stronger, actually.
Mm. I personally didn't worry kind of much about that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
I
still,
was. I would say I was worried. I was just like that. That sucks. But now I'm kind of
yeah,
glad it
yes,
happened.
certainly,
Yeah.
certainly, yeah, yeah,
But I'm kind of glad it happened now. To be
yeah, yeah,
honest.
yeah. I think so. I think so.
Yeah. I saw you were posted about the Earth project. You were interested in adding video to it.
Yeah,
Is that something you're with like how would we give you a video to put on there or how
yeah.
would that work?
That's a great question. I actually didn't get much feedback on that yet, and yeah, I will see if it would be kind of popular idea or not. But yeah, I think it sounds interesting, and. So how it the mechanics how it can work, I think the best way would be like and most convenient if we have maybe YouTube. I actually don't know, maybe if we have some YouTube channel that collects a lot of videos from like different aliens who are just shooting them.
We actually do. There is someone who has started that. I can't remember the name of
Yeah.
of that YouTube
I
channel, but
will,
yes.
yeah. But the kind of the easiest way, like for me, and like for us to grow this would be, yeah, if we just have like kind of these collections of videos with kind of like brief description, who is this kind of the name like account of the Xeon, and yeah, I can just easily attach kind of to each guy. Yeah, but I think when we have really this Earth kind of this globe full of aeons, this is would be something super unique. And
Yeah, that would be. It'd be cool if we could convince people to do this. I don't know how hard that would be.
yeah,
It'd be cool if we did, if each of us did like a quick little, "Hey, this
yeah,
is so and so," like just
yeah,
like a quick 5 second thing. That'd
mhm,
be cool.
yeah. Because I could so you remember the kind of funny posts like we're waiting for like Murat to be on like TV show by the yeah, by the end of the cycle, something like that, on some
Yeah,
like, American show, or something like. So I could easily imagine kind of in there by the end of the cycle with all the kind of craziness
yeah,
that we expect. Even so, even more if we'll have some ETFs.
yeah,
For memes like Dodge, maybe some other.
yeah. I
So
think there
we
will be. Yeah,
when we actually have kind of Memecoins super cycle globally, right? So I could easily imagine in this like TV shows, like in their like large like TVs, guys like showing this
yeah.
full of aeons and kind of describing like what's going on, what
Yeah, yeah, we're giving the media of the future plenty of content.
yeah, 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 definitely,
The
definitely.
Netflix specials.
Yeah, and so you have like the globe full of ants, and then if you click in each of them, and you could see actually the real people like screaming SPX 6900.
Dude, that would be great if everybody did that. Just screamed SPX6900 and we all put the little videos on each of the profiles. That would be great. And if you didn't want to show your face, you should just
Yeah,
do your
yeah.
voice.
You actually, yeah, really just need only these videos.
Yeah.
This would be amazing.
Just like a quick, yeah, little video. That'd be cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Hmm.
Maybe people will get motivated to do that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Need to talk to Mike about this. Like,
Yeah, Mike. I feel like Mike could spearhead that one. He would be the perfect one to do it. We should have thought about that when we did the competition. You know, darn. Okay. I was checking it out actually, and I noticed it says you're from Greenland. Are you from Greenland?
I don't know.
No, no. I saw that. I was like, are you actually from Greenland?
Yeah, I'm there. You can see me in the yeah, but no, that's for fun.
That's just for fun. I gotcha.
Yeah,
I kind of figured that. I was like, that would be really crazy.
I'm originally from Russia, then moved to Israel, and now in Texas.
You're in Texas. Cool. Texas. Yeah, I'm in South Carolina.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So
Quite close.
yeah, yeah. So you must be used to Southern culture to some extent.
Already, yes, yeah. Fourth year, so
Fourth year. Oh, cool, cool. Are you going to school there, or you got a job there, or what's the
I have a
reasoning?
job. So I'm originally a doctor radiologist by kind of training and like previous practice, and so, but like through whole my way I combined kind of that like clinical practice with some research and technologies and kind of startup stuff. And I founded a couple of startups before, like early stage, like back in Russia. And so, yeah, right now I'm doing research in neurotechnologies, and also started recently a company related to this. So yeah, working in this direction.
That's awesome. Cool. That's interesting. Um, so we kind of talked about it a bit, but we kind of jumped right into SPX. What has been your meme coin journey?
Right. So I'm this is my first cycle, and I certainly like heard like various stuff about like Bitcoin and all other stuff like through many years, but like didn't like dive into details, didn't know much at all. I was considering as kind of part of like my like investment like strategy something, but didn't explore much. So I was in stocks before, not very successful. But so then by the end of like 2023, one good friend of mine, we just met and like we're talking different stuff, and he told like was asking me like if I'm in crypto at all and so on, and like just starting like sharing like his ideas and strategies in terms of Bitcoin and so on. And I've seen kind of this kind of huge uh, belief and trust and optimism like in
Yeah,
his eye.
yeah,
And yeah, so after, so I think that was kind of the main uh, kind of turning point for me. But then I'm just because I probably it's in my nature that I'm quite curious person, and if I'm like curious about things something, I just going down a deeper, right? And so I'm sure so by in couple of months I already probably knew like much more than him, and can export like the different altcoins and everything. And I joined one. So first I joined one great community and but we were focused on sorry, what is it? So on AI altcoins, right?
AI. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
forgot the term. So yeah,
Is it
all
utility coin?
utility coin
Yes.
thing. All of the utility coins was kind of fundamentals, and so I'm certainly knew already kind of about meme coins, and yeah, definitely like Doge, they'll kind of achieve the like largest examples. But I was really, but so during that time, kind of my first months of my first months in crypto, I was considering this as some really stupid shit and like some funny stuff, but not actually the place where you should kind of, if you are kind of serious investor
Right.
and to be kind of you should be kind of investing kind of larger amount of money and so on, right?
I mean, most people feel that way. That's very common. So.
Yeah, and I mean because of there are kind of huge basis for this, right? But
Oh
because of
yeah. Oh yeah.
reasons, yeah. So if we
The
just go through,
gambling and all the there's tons of
yeah,
99.9% is bullshit for
right,
sure.
right,
Yeah.
especially with pump fund that started that's all that craziness. But then, and so certainly we had a Discord and like just was chatting and exploring different ideas with guys in that community. So one of them, they sent a post to Murat in summer 2024
Okay.
before. So I guess it was the time yet before majority didn't know much about him. So certainly I guess kind of the crypto guys who, or especially bitcoiners who like in crypto for a while, they likely met them, heard about him. But certainly after, I guess, September, October, so after
That was when
was
he really memed. Yeah.
right. So yeah, he became the main character. But so they just sent one post. So that's all I needed, really, just one post to Murat, right? And so I read kind of couple of. He already had a list, right? So and there were maybe
Yep. Yep. Yep.
6, 7 memes, I think. And I thought, this is quite interesting. And
Yeah.
so I checked his timeline and his posts, kind of his approach. I figure out that kind of that's different compared to majority of other accounts. And because he's considering seriously and talking kind of serious stuff, analytics and deep philosophical approach on meme coins. Like who
Yeah.
could imagine meme coins? I mean, I kind of yeah, I was kind of surprised and interested by that, and I already started allocating to many of them, like not large money, but already
Sure.
kind of had my first allocations. And so then I remember, and so the Giga was number two,
Yeah.
I remember in the list. And so I remember the day when he put SPX,
Yeah,
and I shared this with like everybody, like and like with his target. And like, yeah, I understood Giga, and I like that certainly, and Apu, and yes, some other memes. I looked first at SPX, and like, what is this shit? Like, yeah, I mean that's interesting, but yeah, so it's when it was the first idea was quite strange,
yeah,
uh, and I didn't spend much time at first, kind of like exploring what are they, and just went through like Murat's ideas and started also to look at the price. And if you remember, I think from quite very first days, it's already so
yeah,
after he put in his list, there were spikes already, right?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
we decided, okay, I'll put just some money just in case. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
same. That's what I did. Yep.
yeah, without kind of entering like deeper and reading
You got a coat bag. That's what I call it.
yes, and yeah, and certainly then I think the next huge step was the his presentation, and the Morris presentation. Yeah, this was yeah, I think it was one of the main episodes of the cycle actually, and the turning point for many of crypto investors. Yeah, so
Yep, yep.
of this
The
cycle.
token 20, the token video. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
2024,
2049, 2049, I think, right?
2049. Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yes. Yeah, so because he just prepared so well to this. And what I also kind of like, I guess Murat has this kind of like uh, uh, behavior, or what is the feature like of idealism, right? And so if he really exploring things, he would also like dive very deep. So also
Yep.
kind of what I like in kind of his approach of exploring,
Yes.
right? And so he wouldn't just give you during presentation, he would just give you like 5 reasons, right? He would give you 50 reasons, or like but a huge list. And that's also not something like this ecosystem used to, especially in
Yep.
terms of meme coins. So he likely was one of the, if not the first guy who collected all this stuff together, analyzed it deeply, and just delivered his concept in kind of really fruitful way. Yeah, after that, I just started exploring more and more. I wasn't kind of active uh, uh, community member, blog poster until December, I think, maybe. But I was just allocating more and more and
Did you bull
reading.
post for other meme coins prior to that?
No,
No, not at
no.
all. Okay.
I didn't have an X account. I had
Wow.
X account. It was
It
kind of
was
zero.
the yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
was. Yeah, I didn't use it at all.
Gotcha.
And yeah, and so as you remember, for many other aeons, it was exactly the same.
Yes.
Or they didn't have a tall X account, or they
Yep.
have a very old account and like with zero followers or like 10
Yeah,
followers.
it's crazy. It's incredible. Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, but then yeah, I had great experience of diving deeper starting January, and was very welcomed by community. Certainly, that's super important, and what we also should continue to cultivate,
Yeah.
and especially yeah, but kind of preparing also to the next waves of like normies coming to SPX, right? And
Yeah.
to crypto SPX. That's super important. And kind of this type kind of behavior as many OGs showing, and Murat kind of reposting very small accounts like with
Yeah.
50, 100 followers. This is also kind of super important stuff.
Yeah. No, yeah, I love that. It makes their day. It makes them happy, and it's to get
Definitely.
recognition, and it gets them immediately acquainted. I will say sometimes I'll see somebody post who's new. You know, maybe they post once or twice and they kind of fall away. But a
Mhm.
lot of people will just keep doing it. And the people that keep doing it and show that they're truly into it, that's the people I start to pay attention to. So
Yep.
it takes time to build trust with people. But it is cool to see that we welcome people so easily. So if you want to be a part of it, you definitely can.
Yes,
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 but you have to stick to it though to build up some credibility. Is what I mean to say. But we
absolutely.
definitely welcome you.
Yes, and what I'm also talking to other guys, or for instance, to my wife. For instance, my wife asking me like, why are you spending like so much time with
What the fuck are
programming?
you doing? My wife's the same way, so it's all right.
Yeah, and I'm kind of explaining her and also other guys, and yeah, but maybe Aeons I also told. So I think actually bull posting maybe 50% important or important for community if it's kind of effective bull posting, but 50% important for yourself
Yeah,
and for your future success. So, because with active bull posting and diving deeper into the culture, so as I told also before, that it's becoming your identity. And why it's important then? It's important because it will help you to much easier survive in the coming huge drops because you understand the whole movement community much better, much deeper. And so, because it's already also part of your identity of yourself, it's in many cases not about money already. So money maybe will going to like second or third place. Certainly, we're also kind of and then I'm considering is this is as a startup. So many guys compare the two startup, right? So this is like some kind of huge like global startup. All of us kind of shareholders with investing, we're getting our shares, right? And so we are so as and to for startup kind of to be successful, if you're starting this because of money, with a very high chance you wouldn't be successful. So this is not certainly not the best way to make money, right? And so and you're mainly doing this because you wanted to participate in something really big, in something transformational, right? In some great idea, something that will stay here in the world like for many years, decades. So would change something, would change people's life, and so on and so on. Right. So certainly we motivated also by kind of making money on this.
yep,
But again, this I think it's already for many aliens who are actively participating in bull posting. This is not first priority already, and this is
yep,
super important. And this is very well aligned with there is no chart culture. You're not caring about chart, about price at all. You're caring about mission. You're focused on the mission, on what you delivered today, or what you gave today to community, and yeah, what else could you do? How could you further kind of spread the mission, and so on and so on, right? So
yep,
you're focused on much more important things.
yep. I agree. I mean, this is the first coin that's motivated me to be this active of a participant.
Hmm.
And certain, it sounds like you as well. And I think that's true for a lot of people, which is very unique to SPX. And
Yeah,
yeah, it's exciting and it's motivating, and it gives
yeah,
you something to look forward to doing. Like,
yeah.
I had a crappy day at work. I was looking forward to talking to you. It's a fun thing to
Yeah,
do.
absolutely. And you're not kind of also very interesting. You think kind of you're not tired of doing this
No.
for, and so for me like kind of quite substantial period, maybe already like 6 or like maybe 8 months already. But for kind of other guys, older kind of older investor believers, like 2 years, right? Just constantly continue building, creating, writing, developing further ideas, and that's just fascinating.
Yeah, it'll be. I mean, I've been involved. I bought the coin the same time you did in September,
Mhm.
and for just initially just to get a bag, and yeah, it just built up over time. But and the amount of participation built up in over time as well. When it really, really, really clicked for me is when we had the TikTok initiative. That is when it
Mm.
clicked for me. I was like, I don't know if you remember or if you got made a TikTok or if you kind of participated in that, but it was I don't know if right when that happened, it was just crazy seeing so many people on there, and it
Yeah.
was that first like week was insane. Like everybody was liking this.
Yeah, I remember the days when it just started, and when
Yeah,
the Murat certainly kind of was one of the kind of larger trigger for this, and like Monk and so many guys.
yeah. Monk was on there too, posting it.
Yeah,
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 it
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
awesome.
Like, infiltrate everything, like go there and like, let's go.
Dude, it was so. Oh my god, yeah, that was an experience. I mean, it's still big, and it's still growing, but now it's growing slowly. But that was like the initial, and now it's just kind of growing steady, more
Yeah,
steady growing. But that was a fun thing, but anyways, that's where I started creating content. I was like, okay, I'm gonna start trying to do this. I wasn't thinking about the competition or anything, but
uh-huh.
that actually came a little bit later. But I just kept doing. I ended up getting fifth place, which was cool, but it wasn't really about the money for me. I just thought it was cool that I placed. Anyways, that just kind of led naturally into this. I doxed myself because that was a thing, and then my face at least, and
Hmm.
then it just kept snowballing, and here I
Yeah,
am, and I love doing it. That's the thing. I find it
yeah,
enjoyable.
yeah. And because again, so this the whole Cognizere and the movement is so kind of enriched. So I had one post maybe months ago, I don't remember, so that Cognizere has like eight billion shapes, kind of the figure, right? So 8 billion shapes. So it will suit like every it will fit every human being in the world, right? And so because we're very kind of we're very different like personalities here,
Yeah,
but there certainly there would be at least one thing that would click specifically for you.
yeah,
So it maybe will not click for many others, but it will click for you, right? And yeah, and you'll just go into the deeper and yeah,
yeah,
just connect, plug into Cognisphere.
yeah, yeah. And it inspired, and then you might say something that clicks for somebody else, and so on and so
Mhm.
forth. And yeah, it's just cool to see. It's cool to see how much it's grown too. It really is. Like thinking back to like even January, it's just the fundamentals are insanely
Yeah,
higher. Like just
yeah.
so much content, so many people. I can't keep up. I see things that are like, wow, that's interesting. Wow, you can't even keep up with it all anymore. Before I kind of could, but it's impossible now.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, I love all that. Uh, Another, I think I did fail to ask you when we were talking about the maximalism point.
Hmm. Hmm.
So you don't define it as like you have to own only SPX. You won't. You can. Okay.
No, no, yeah, definitely. And I mean, I actually I can say financial advice. But many guys don't gonna tell not financial advice. I can say financial advice by the list. But by specs, certainly by DCA specs, first of all, but by the list.
Yeah.
And I think that so certainly SPX are the leader of the whole list. But most of I'm sure that when when SPX rise further up to 5 bill, 10 bill, and just all attention there. I'm sure that it was already, it happened before. So you could see when SPX spiking,
Yeah.
all other, the whole list kind of spike, right? And so the same would be later, because when SPX reached like 10, 20, 20 billion, 50 billion, and so on. So certainly the whole attention would be all this whole
Oh
list,
yeah,
right?
they'll look at it like, oh, Harry Potter Obama. That's
Yeah,
a beta. Oh, Apu. That's a beta play. Oh,
yeah,
Giga.
yeah. And
It's yeah.
all of them, or most of them, or all of them would win, and I think would win hugely. So I have almost all. No, I think I have all of them. I have a couple of like very small location even of other coins like
Mini USA or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, no. I mean, even beside the list,
Beside the list, I got
like
you.
Crypt, right?
Okay, gotcha.
Those guys are smaller
Yeah,
allocations. But as if you're a maxi, so first you have to be allocated, I guess. I think like around 80% is a good number. So starting like 80% plus should be in this one coin. And maybe the same way around 80% or maybe 90% at least of your posts
yeah,
and
yep.
creation should be focused just on one coin. Yeah, I think this kind of would be better term for what is
Yeah,
Max. See.
yeah. I think I have the same, pretty much the same definition. To me, it's not necessarily about. I think you're going to naturally have a lot of it. Maybe not exact. I don't know what exact allocation, but it's definitely a lot of your portfolio, at least. But also, your I've differentiated almost. I'm a promotion maximalist. I pretty much only promote SPX. That's the one that I identify the most with, and I trust other people to promote the other things. And for me,
Mhm.
it's also about like if I just started talking about Bonk tomorrow or whatever coin, that dilutes the signal that I was having. So
Yeah,
that's important to me to keep it
yes.
pure. But I mean, other people do it different ways, and that's you can do what you want to. But I think that is the definition of Aeon maximalist, whatever you want to call it. So
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And this, yeah, probably again the defining point, yeah, between the aeons or like true aeons, true believers, or the like XRP army before like this now SPX army or whatever SPX angels, right? And
yeah,
and investors.
yeah,
Certainly, we also need an
yeah,
investor.
yeah,
And if
absolutely,
they're active bull posting investors, that's even better, right?
yes,
Helping to develop further the
yeah,
community. But yeah, we just should realize that there would be kind of different expectations for each of this group. And yeah, I think we shouldn't blame if other yeah if guys wanted to kind of shield other coins, yeah, especially if they're not some weird derivatives of
yeah. The derivatives are the ones that piss me off.
yeah,
They
yeah,
always piss me off. I'm just like,
yes.
ugh. I used to
Yeah,
react
and
very negatively, but
this is just not original. I mean,
no.
this and also telling about you probably uh, in yeah.
I think people who do that have already sold. They sold too early,
Hmm.
and they're just trying to. Oh, I can do it again with whatever bullshit, you know.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
doesn't really work that way. There's that's another thing I said. There is something very unique about SPX. You can't just do this again. This doesn't just happen.
Yes,
So
yes,
people need to realize that too. It's
absolutely,
one in a billion, one in a million, whatever.
absolutely.
You know.
Going to startups world, the same thing I just was discussing with. I just had another interview, about like startups and so on. So about like Silicon Valley, not effect, kind of uniquity, right? So it's not possible to recreate. So many guys, governments try to kind of recreate or build something like
Yeah.
the same as Silicon Valley. This is just not possible. So it would be exactly the same as for SPX.
Exactly. Yeah. It just.
Because, yeah, there are just so many factors just came together and like in clicked and the uh, very high density of high quality, high ethics,
Yeah.
smart people with both very developed IQ and AQ,
Yeah.
EQ, right? So yeah,
Yeah, and I would encourage those that are fully in the community already, if they're seeing the next shiny object or whatever, just be thoughtful about it, because
mhm,
it is going to hurt your overall signal, and it's also going to make some people who may have listened to you, followed you, not want to follow you anymore. It's going to end up so. Just something to
yeah,
think about before you be thoughtful about it, at
yeah.
least. So, what should someone who is new to SBX do to really equip themselves to be what we would call an Aeon? So, what's somebody who's new? They really want to get into it. Like, what's some things they can do?
Yeah, That's yeah, very good question. I think it should be certainly like step-by-step process of growing, and we have definitely like so much like enormous amount of content, but we already have some great websites where the kind of the most important things just like combined together, right? On like Mike's website and a couple of others websites and yeah, so some white papers we even you probably we had some time ago, but yeah, I think you can find them certainly still. So starting from kind of exploring what is the going deeper, what is the movement about, how it works, the ethics, the rules here, and so on, right? And certainly following as much aeons as possible. Yeah, certainly kind of uh, more active at first and aeons, but yeah, but basically all of them, and reading through stuff, and then yeah, trying to find your voice,
Yeah,
right? So you wouldn't be like at start. Most of kind of new guys, they won't be original, and but that is totally fine, right? And you'll just starting like one, two, three, four, five, and but uh, that is the stage when our appreciation of the kind of older aeons is like very important in order to kind of to support and give them energy to continue to find their inner voice further, right?
yeah,
Because I believe that SPX as a unique movement has its ability to find some unexplored talents that are sitting somewhere really deep inside you, and maybe you were dreaming about this in your childhood, right? But then just the reality coming, and yeah, for instance, you wanted to, yeah, to do design or
yeah,
whatever, but your parents told you you should do this and this, right? And then kind of insisted, or some, yeah, that many kind of life struggles that could change the your direction, right? And you will not be, because unfortunately, I think the most of humanity, they probably live not very happy life, and especially what Murat and other aliens also talk a lot about this, because of like this digitalization and loneliness and so on and so on, right? But also because the majority, they couldn't actually find and explore themselves and find their true life mission and purpose in life. And so why Cognizere is unique, that it's really, I think, helps if you really dive deep in this. It really helps you to find your the deeper talents and purpose and so on, and kind of just continue to exploring yourself and opening your inner world, your inner world to the external world, to the Cognizere, right?
yeah,
So that is the one of the main reason why many guys in community, they had so huge transformation. I think so. Like
yeah,
Mike
yeah,
mentioned to you recently, like he went back to the church and lost his weight and so on and so on, right? Uh, and this is super important. And so going back to what new aliens should do, again, just try to find their inner voice, think about what they were dreaming maybe years ago or in childhood. Try this and that. Try different instruments. Try create something, and try to think yeah, out of the box creatively. What else they could give to this community, right?
right, yeah,
Yeah, because each of us has just so many things what we could give and like make this community more interesting, like
Yeah.
larger, more creative, and so on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say one of the best things about the community, at least for me, I'm someone who doesn't like small talk. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how's the weather, whatever, that kind of
Right. Yeah.
that standard conversation.
Sure.
So it's amazing to be able to. There's this group of people who are all going to have ideas or thoughts about whatever weird thing you think of. That's what
Yeah.
that appeals to me a lot because a
Mhm.
lot of the ideas I have are not standard.
Excellent.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it is
Sure.
fun to hear and to bounce these ideas. And it's cool too. 'Cause I feel like a lot of y'all understand my unique sense of humor,
Hmm.
which is great because a lot of people. I can piss people off honestly. They're like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like if I talk the way I talk to all of you to real people to regular people, they're just it's not going to go well.
You just found your tribe, as many of our. Yeah, this. I mean, this can be community also for just of outsiders, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
the crypto originally started
Yeah,
like this back in like early Bitcoin ages. Because I actually think that so SPX 6900 can be can be the thing that gave a kind of renaissance effect to the whole crypto. And so I'm already sure that this would be or the main thing of the cycle or one of the most important thing of the cycle and many cycles ahead. But yeah, I'm sure that we just all building something beautiful for the whole space.
yeah, yeah. I think people will look back on it and realize how cool it is and how it's something fun to be a part of. And I hope this encourages more people to get involved. I think it's a good thing. Um, where do you, okay? A couple more questions. Uh, where do you see SPX 6900 and I don't know if you can see it that far in the future, but maybe next cycle. How about we just go that far?
Yeah.
Say 3 or 4 years from now, something like that.
Okay. In terms of in terms of
Not necessarily price. We all think the price will be really high, but in terms of like the
yeah.
culture and that sort of thing, the auxiliary things.
So yeah, again, based on totally agree with all the stuff that Murat and many other guys on by Monk and many other guys deliver that the new fundamental, the actual fundamental is the people and the culture. Right. So before the utility coins, they were like based on the try to based on the technologies and then kind of develop the project, the coin project further, right? And then trying that this would attract better people, like to build further and to invest, like for kind of for longer term and so on, sorry. But actually, and I totally agree with this that people should be the main fundamental, and we have already this greatest, probably now greatest fundamental on Earth in financial technologies or financial movement, right? And so we already see this going on that there are a lot of interesting projects started inside this. So
Yeah,
and it naturally started first with art, right? So we have the I guess most beautiful art in space also, and all the videos and so on. So there were a lot of different collaborations already in terms of art, but now there are already starting collaboration like in terms of technologies or like some platforms and so on, right? So I believe and hopefully this Aeon's globe could help somehow to this. So it could further and accelerate the collaboration in the real, including in the real life of aeons, because the trust level is so high actually
Hmm.
between aeons, right? And so as Tans Cho recently told in their show, like he would let many of Aeon's just uh, uh, sit like in
Watch his
his
apartment. Yeah.
yeah in
Yeah.
his apartment while he's just living like doing their stuff, right? And so the really the trust level is so high, and so and because it's so also rich and it has so many kind of different previous backgrounds and expertise and skills that people could combine together in order to build something else as a part of of this of this community, right? So there could be a lot of different smaller businesses projects.
Yeah.
I believe there would be a lot of kind of non-profit stuff like donations, right? And I think Murat also told like long time ago. I don't know if he still plans, but and I think other guys so that he wanted to deal with some like water problems in Africa
Mm.
as kind of his next thing, right? And maybe you remember there was actually a kind of a meme what guys did as a memer. So they actually invested in the
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
water stuff like for some African village, I guess, right?
yeah.
And so just at, because of again because of the quality of these people, high ethics and hardworking style, and all the knowledge they have, and probably most important trust and creativity level. Yeah, I think there would be just a lot of larger and smaller projects, startups inside this, and yeah,
Yeah, yeah. No, I see it
many of
as
this
well.
stuff.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's kind of Bitcoin and Ethereum story as well. They
Mhm.
started, and then so many businesses ended up flourishing from that. So I
Mhm.
think similar is
Right.
that'll
And
happen as well.
what Giga actually already doing quite actively now, right? So also kind of great example of how this can work.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Mhm.
Last thing, any final thoughts that you have that you'd like to leave? Maybe something we didn't discuss.
Yeah, I know. I think we discussed the the majority. Um, yeah, it just for me because in the at start I mentioned about the some science that I saw before, and I think it's just talking to me personally how important this whole thing for me. So for instance, for just for science, it's kind of for fun, but I mean fun and not really fun, something to think about also, because I mean it cannot be just some. Um, um, so first thing, as I told, yeah, my name is Ilya, so that's first one I think. Then so for last maybe 5 years, I was seeing number 33 all around me in just in many on the buildings and cars
Interesting.
very often that time, and I didn't have this before the whole life, right? But it just last maybe 4 years I was seeing this everywhere. And then another funny thing that my date of birth is March 30, and then 1991. So March 30, it is 0330 and then 1991, right? So 33 again. And so the final thing is that SPX movement found me exactly when I was 33.
Ah, so
Exactly in that age. So, could this be coincidence? Sure, they could, but yeah, and too much of them
The
really.
name 33
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
just.
All this stuff. Yeah, and
I love it when I'm looking at a post and I see 69 likes or 69 something.
yeah,
I always laugh about that.
that's true. I think it's no. I mean, I believe in God certainly,
Awesome, awesome. Me
and
too.
a kind of spiritual person, and
I
so
think a lot of people are. Sorry to interrupt. A lot of people are attracted to this who are spiritual. Almost everyone I've spoke to is at least spiritual in some way. But anyways, go ahead.
or they were as Mike example, they were maybe before and then just rediscovered this again.
Right. Yeah.
Or they didn't have it before, but they yes started like exploring this. I heard also this the
Yeah.
things from other ends. Yeah, so this also something very unique and very interesting about this. Yeah, and no, why I raised this because I think just the whole universe and like God, angels, and souls, all those all of them kind of sending constantly some kind of not only the energy but also the science through our life, right? And so the question is whether we see this or kind of notice this or not,
Yeah.
right? And so yeah, in my case, and another funny thing is that right after right after 33, I actually don't not seeing much this number around me. So that found me, and I'm there already.
The number is gone. That's
That's
great.
interesting. Uh, yeah, and so concluding point is for me that is just my some personal touch, and yeah, I wish this thing could become also very personal to each of you, whether you kind of new and or just like started exploring what is SPX6900 or kind of a later stage here already, kind of more mature. So we're really uh, thinking about this very seriously,
Yeah.
and it's so we certainly have fun here. It's a very important part of our life naturally. But we're considering this as a very serious stuff that we are, a majority of us, sure that it will continue to grow for many years ahead. And that's probably something very reasonable development of the humanity in this stage because of all the kind of numbers of the problems that we have already and kind of all the wars and current power of extent amount of money like in one hand and like in elites, right? And certainly development of AI and where
Hmm.
it's leading. So it's actually the perfect thing in the perfect moment, and I think all this very well aligned. And yeah, just wish you guys to further read, explore, watch content, talk to people, try to talk to people, or maybe even meet them or have a call or whatever, because there are so many interesting, beautiful people out there, and I'm sure it will help you a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome. I totally agree. Well, if you made it this far, and I definitely appreciate it, and I appreciate you coming on and sharing your story. I know everyone will love hearing your perspective, but please like, comment, and subscribe as well. You can you can find Ilya Aeon's X account, not I love you Aeon's X account, below, and I'll also leave their the Earth website down as well. And if you'd like to be added to it, reach out to his Illy's X account. Until next time, persist forever, Aeons.
Persist forever. Thank you. Thank you for having me.